Welcome to the season of Attleborough Town Council on Monday the 12th of May 2025. We don't have any planned fire drills this evening. Appreciate we've got a full house, so if there is a fire drill, could you please exit the building either in the door in which you come at the front or the fire doors behind me. The first item of business is the election of the Chairman and Town Mayor for the municipal year of 2025-2026. To receive nominations. Go on, jump at once. Councillor Bertram.
Propose Councillor Andy Westby.
Thank you. Is there a second to that nomination?
I'll second that.
Councillor D'Souza. And is there any further nominations? Councillor Quaid.
If I may, I would like to nominate yourself and Councillor Ashby to remain. And once all projects are completed that we have started as a body, then we
Can't
step
hear
down.
Can you put the microphone on to speak? Sorry, there you are, you can have it.
How do you turn it on?
Is it on now?
You have to hold it. So, if I shout, how's that? I'd like to nominate the current incumbents while projects are completed, and then if they wish to step down, they can do so. So I nominate Councillor T. Taylor and Councillor T. Ashby to remain in post for the moment.
Councillor Ashby.
I'm not seeking any nominations, thank you.
Okay.
If I may, ordinarily, the term of office is only the 1 year. We have had instances in the past where the year is then followed by the same chairman, and I'm not opposed to that. And traditionally, the vice chairman would step up into the position of chairman. As Councillor Ashby stated, he's not seeking any nominations for either post. And I am aware that Councillor Westby has expressed an interest in the position of chairman of the council, which I am not opposed to. And I think so long as Councillor Westby is well supported by a strong deputy, I think, and we have, similarly to how I have been this year by Councillor Ashby, that unit, then I think that the council will succeed and will thrive as it has this year. And on that basis, I would also support the nomination of Councillor Westby and not accept a nomination myself as chairman of the council this year. But I thank you for the nomination, Councillor Bates. Is there any further nominations? No. On that basis, the only nomination we have is for Councillor Westby. Could I please have a show of hands and all in favour of supporting that, please? 4, 5, 6, 6. That is carried. Thank you, and good luck.
Before you step down, Councillor Taylor, you have worked really hard this year and got a lot of projects off the ground, and I really hope that you'll support Councillor Westby to continue with those projects. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Getting as a personal care, but I can't afford a person.
Sorry.
Right, that was a little surprising, but thank you. I'd like to equally myself thank Councillor Taylor for the work that she's put in this year. There's been some sterling efforts made and some real progress made, so thank you very much. Right, moving on to item 3, the election of the Deputy Chairman and Deputy Mayor for the municipal year 2025-26. Do you have any nominations?
I want to nominate Councillor T. Taylor
Okay, thank you. And do you have a second for that? Councillor Dalton. Any other nominations? Councillor Dow.
Councillor De Souza.
That's it, isn't it?
Seconded by Councillor Burton. Anybody else? Speak now, forever hold your peace. No? Okay, let's vote then.
Well, what we do is we put just hands up for each nominated
Okay.
candidate.
So hands up for the nominated candidature of Councillor Taylor, please.
I think the second one goes first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, thank you.
6. Okay.
And hands up for those in favour of Councillor De Souza, please.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. Carried and Councillor Taylor as the chair.
Did we have abstentions?
I think we were only no.
I was, yeah.
Oh, sorry, Councillor Ashby.
Yeah, don't count.
Two abstentions. So, yeah. Ooh, got to take those to sign.
What's that, Mr. Chancellor? Thank you.
So we can sign
Right. Moving on, item 4 on the agenda, apologies for absence.
Councillor Reynolds and, Councillor, I think that's just Councillor
Councillor
Reynolds.
Reynolds, in one, two, the two short. Okay, item 5, any declarations of interest, please?
8A.
Councillor Fraser, 8A. Okay, thank you. Right, moving on to item 6, public participation. I have to say, I'm going to be quite strict on this, unfortunately, but we're going to have to limit it to 10 minutes.
Please.
We'll, can I ask which people that want to participate actually are residents of Attleborough? Okay,
Yeah, 4.
And a business owner.
okay. I'll start with you then, please.
Thank you. Here.
Yeah, that's fine, thank you.
Well, thank you for this chance to talk. Glad to see all the councillors are here this evening. This is a timeline of events over the last few weeks. ATC minutes from the 7th of the 4th, 25. Councillor S. Taylor, Councillor T. Taylor reported that. Sorry?
Sorry.
Will I get my time again?
Yeah.
Okay. Reported that they had attended a meeting with multi-agencies at the police station, reference licensing and anti-social behaviour. 6 days later, on the 13th of the 4th, councillors were present when criminal damage occurred to my business. My question is, why was my window smashed? Only 2 people in this room can answer that question. And why did they not report it to the police? 11 days after the incident, another agenda meeting to consider the councillor's measures to ensure the safeguarding of members of its staff. I beg to ask, who needs safeguarding from who? I believe the evening that was on, all of you were hoodwinked. Because the previous 11 days, Councillor Taylor had not disclosed the offence that happened in my premises. And how many other people knew of this incident prior to Mr. Fraser's arrest? Failure to report a crime is not a crime itself, but lying to police, aiding an offender, and concealing evidence is illegal and a crime. Lastly, we need our council to set the standards, not lead the charge, turn their backs, and turn blind eyes. I'm one of many people in this town, but I am a lucky one. Many people have a story. I was lucky enough for a good neighbour to bring me some video footage. I was also lucky enough to have one of the best reporters in Norfolk believe me when I couldn't show that footage because a court case would be pending and someone had to be arrested.
Okay, thank you for your comments.
I will just fact check there. I actually reported I'd attended the police station on antisocial behaviour issues. I didn't mention licensing, so if the minutes state that, I would like them corrected. I'd attended a licensing
Can I ask
catch
Councillor
up
Fraser
at
one question
Bretland
now?
Council.
No? Yeah. Are you just going to court? Oh, I'll ask the town. Are you just going to court to be sentenced? Would you like to answer that? Because you've already pleaded guilty, because they saw the video footage and you pled. So would you like to explain that to the councillors that you hoodwinked? No?
No.
Okay.
Okay, can we call it? Can we call it that, please?
Yeah, that's fine. I would also appreciate feedback from the chair and councillors for the points that I've raised this evening.
Yeah, okay, thank you. I mean, I wasn't personally present at the EGM about the safeguarding because I've got business commitments, but I take on board what you said 100%, and
The video was published today.
I've seen the video.
The people will see the video, they'll see the timeline.
Yeah.
They are not stupid people.
Quite.
When people were asking for safeguarding, they were asking for safeguarding for themselves, to cover themselves. They were deleting posts to cover themselves, to cover a story. I set a page up to uncover a story.
Okay. Thanks for your comments. Yes, please.
Me?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Can I just ask, why is Councillor Fraser still here? When actually he should be suspended? He should actually leave now, because we don't want that sort of behaviour in this town. And also, when I watched the video, there was a little bit of hate crime there, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that should be investigated.
Okay, point taken. Any more comments, please?
Have they got the reason why?
Sorry?
Have they got the reason why they did it?
No, I don't
That's
know.
fine.
I don't know. Any other comments, please? Okay, thank you. We'll move on. There is another opportunity for public participation.
Thank you. I don't have any drink.
Sorry, what? Leslie?
I appreciate that this was really important that that came out, but I do have some points regarding other matters.
Okay.
On the clerk's report for this month, you said about the bus stops being new bus stops. Do you mean bus shelters?
Yes.
Sorry, yes,
Bus
yes,
shelters,
bus
yeah.
shelters, yeah.
And have you got an actual date when the toilets are going to be?
I've been waiting, we have been waiting long
Yeah.
enough. We have been waiting long enough for the toilets to be mended, and I'm going to have, obviously I'm trying to push for the door, the second door to be on. There is some tiling work to be done in the other toilet, so it might be that we can open it, but I just have to make sure it's safe to do so.
Thank you. Thirdly, you put for the election, you put for the 14th of July, you put Thursday. but the Thursday isn't the 14th of July. The 14th of July is actually a Monday.
Right, yeah, I've corrected that on my calendar, but not on the, yeah. Sorry, I've put it on the website correctly, but on the calendar it still says the 14th, I think, yeah.
Okay, and will we get postal votes as well for that?
If we do, that would cost, I think if you don't have polling cards, do you mean?
No, postal votes. 'Cause
I
some
would
of us-
imagine so.
Yeah, because some people have postal votes.
Yeah, I would
not.
imagine that would be incorporated in the cost.
Yeah,
But if you were to do,
Because, I mean, we're away on holiday, so I would
Yeah.
still want to vote.
well, that's something that election would be able to confirm. But also, polling cards, if you have polling cards, the cost will
Yeah.
rise to up to 12,000.
Yeah, I understand that, but I was just thinking that there's a lot of people that can't get and already are on the
But that is,
postal
yeah,
system.
the town
So we
council
should-
doesn't run the elections, that is correct.
Yeah. So we need to contact Britain.
Yes, I can contact them for you.
Oh, thank you. And also, at panel meeting, I was going to bring up about the co-op, yet again. Has councillor Fraser managed to propose to Brecon Council for it to go to the chairman's panel as requested, and if so, have we got a date?
Not yet.
No, thank you.
Okay, thank you very
One
much.
other question.
Sorry.
The Dell, have you got any ideas when that's going to be reopened? Please.
Well, I placed the order for the repair, which is £1,850. They had to assess it to see whether you could put some sort of, they call it a biscuit, where it's been winched in. But that is too heavy to be winched in, so they're going to have to make it. But actually, when they have to redo it by hand, that actually is the cheaper cost anyway. So
No doubt.
I haven't got a date yet, but I have placed the order.
Okay, thank you very much for those comments. Moving on to item 7, and I say there will be a further opportunity for public participation at the end of the meeting. Moving on to item 7, the minutes of the town council meeting held on the 7th of April for acceptance and approval, please. Anybody got any comments on it?
Before we do, I can't manage to bring them up. I'm now trying to. Can you please check? I did skim through them and I just realised.
Can you please check that I did not say I was at a licensing meeting at the police station?
Yeah.
Yes. Before you sign those minutes. Thank you.
Okay,
It's on your page. I took this off of your minutes from that meeting.
As I stated when I asked the question, I was not able to just bring the minutes up and check them again.
can we propose it for acceptance, please? Councillor D'Souza and Councillor Thwaites, the second, thank you. All those in favour? Thank you, carried.
Can I have an abstention? I wasn't here, please.
Item 7A, minutes of the annual town assembly meeting held on the 14th of April 2025 for agreement. Proposer, Councillor Dalton, seconder, Councillor Taylor. All those in favour? Carried unanimously.
Yeah.
And then item 7B, the minutes of the extraordinary meeting held on the 27th of March for acceptance and approval. I wasn't present at that one. Councillor Dalton, Councillor Taylor, Councillor, all in favour? No? Okay.
On the 27th of March, no. Are you trying to play? Yorkshire. No, this is the 27th of March.
Okay. Moving on to item 8, financial matters to authorise payments, item 8A. Somebody reviewed the papers. Have a proposal, please. Acceptance, Councillor Thwaites. Councillor Dalton, second. All those in favour? Thank you. Item 8B, to agree direct debits for acceptance and approval. Anybody got any comments? Next proposer, please. Councillor Bircham, Councillor Dale to second. All those in favour? Yeah.
From Sam.
Right.
Sam, are you in favour of those direct debits? Yeah.
No, I don't vote on anything financial.
Okay.
Item 8C, to receive income for acceptance and approval. All those in proposer, Councillor D'Souza, Councillor Ashby to second, and all those in favour, please. Thank you. And item 8D, petty cash for information only. Any comments? No? No. Okay, thank you. Item 8E, income and expenditure for March 2025 for information. Any comments? Okay.
All right, okay, yeah, there isn't any income.
All right, okay.
None to display.
Item 8F, the asset register for acceptance and approval. Anybody got any comments on that? Councillor Taylor propose acceptance. Councillor Thwaites to second. All those in favour? Thank you. Item 8G, the insurance schedule for acceptance and approval.
Yeah, that hasn't come.
That hasn't come
It just came
through.
through today.
Only came through
But we
today,
have
so I'm
Okay.
June meeting.
We'll defer that to the next meeting then.
Yeah.
And subscriptions at 8H, acceptance and approval. Proposer?
Yep.
Councillor Thwaites, seconded. Councillor Wenham. All those in favour? Okay, thank you. Moving on to item 9, councillors' reports. Town, district and county councils give a brief report on relevant information. Anybody got any comments? Councillor Taylor.
I had the pleasure of taking our MP around our farmers market this month, which is an honour to say how well it's growing and how well it's been supported by the community and everyone else, and everybody else. Residents seem to be attending, and a lot of the stallholders have said that it's a lovely atmosphere. I have had another licensing catch up, which I do regularly. I had the pleasure of attending the Breakfast Chairman's civil service.
Okay, thank you. I reiterate the comments about the farmers market. It seems to be going from strength to strength, so good. Anybody else?
I actually haven't prepared anything in advance of the meeting, but I will say that obviously we did have our BE Day celebrations this past week, and there was everyone's doing it tonight.
That's £20 for Clark, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's turn mine off.
And actually, my first civic duty when I was first elected mayor was to attend the Royal British Legion's D-Day 80 celebrations. And one of my last civic duties, or my last civic duty as mayor, was to attend their B-Day 80 Piece of Light service on Queen Square. So that was actually very nice, and I thank them for the invitation.
Okay, thank you. Right, item 10, the clerk's report.
There's a lot of items to get through, so I have put this on the website.
Okay.
And I can put it on the notice board.
Right.
Do you really want me to read it all out?
Can you just trace it?
Just to say that we've had 2 resignations, Ed Tyre in the last month and Simon Wingfield. So there is going to be an election. Cost of the election will be up to £12,000 or £7,000 if no polling cards are issued. And I'll just mention about Queen's Road Crossing. A bid has now been submitted, so there hopefully, if the bid has been accepted, there should be a signalised crossing on that road, which is quite important. And as has been mentioned, which I will correct, we're having 3 new bus shelters by parish partnerships, and we're having a quest to find some more locations in the town, as there is a new set of funding that is available.
Right, excellent. Mr. Taylor.
Yeah, if I may, The decision as to whether or not to send out polling cards, will that come on a town council agenda to the
Yes,
council?
yeah.
Can I just ask the clerk to thank Councillor Oliver for his hard work getting that crossing and putting his allowance towards it.
Definitely, yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I will.
Anything else? That's fine, thank you. Right, item 11, the committee terms of reference for the municipal year 2025-26. Review the following terms of reference, consideration and approval. Review, personnel committee. Any comments on that?
Oh, if I may, personnel stays the same.
It does actually,
Every
yeah.
term.
This is the terms of reference, so they stay the same.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
They'll
I was
stay.
getting ahead of myself there. Apologies. But when it comes to committee structures,
Sure.
obviously there is a vacancy there.
Any comments on the environment terms of reference? What's now called open space, isn't it?
Mm.
That needs changing.
Yeah.
Standing Order Review Committee, Planning and Highways. Any comments? No. Jubilee Wood Committee and the GPF Committee. No comments? No. Right, we'll take that as. Can we have somebody to propose? Okay, Councillor Taylor, Councillor Thwaites, second. All those in favour?
Yeah.
Okay, no. Right, this is one where we've got this work. Committee working group members for the municipal year 2025-26 to nominate members for the following committees. Again, 12A should read open spaces rather than environment, let's see.
Yeah.
Who would like to?
Yeah, I see.
Yes. Who would like to take part in the open spaces committee? Councillor Dalton, Councillor. So we've got 1, 2. Is that a yes, Councillor Dale?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
That's 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've got 6 members.
Yeah.
And myself as well.
Yeah, I've got 5. Joe, Cherry.
Councillor Taylor, Councillor
And
Taylor,
Sam,
Councillor
I've
Dalton,
got that, yeah. So
Wenham,
Bircham,
Bircham.
Dale, Taylor,
and me.
Westby and Sam Taylor.
Yeah. That's it. Okay. Standing Order Review Committee, item 12B.
There are 2 vacancies.
Are we assuming that people are already on it, wanting to carry on?
We've lost Ed and Simon, I believe, on that.
Yeah.
So, current membership, we've got Taylor, Andy Westby, Tristan Ashby, Dom D'Souza and Jerry Dalton. So we've still got 2 people to fill.
Councillor Bertram to join. Anybody else want to join the standing orders?
You don't have to have.
How do you need 5?
You need 5, yes, we've got 5.
At least
haven't
5.
we?
Yeah, you have got 5, so that's fine.
Okay. We'll call that one a day then.
Yeah.
Jubilee Woodland Committee, item 12C.
Well, 1 vacancy.
That, sorry, that had been disbanded. We didn't have any of those committee meetings last year, but I'm mindful, obviously, the land transfer is due to come through soon, so.
We need to start
We did
progressing
vote
that.
on
don't
that
we?
last year.
So do you want to reintroduce it, or would it be done for open spaces?
Makes sense.
I think to do it through open spaces.
Yeah, it would save on committee to.
Yeah.
To hold, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Right, okay, understand that one then. Personnel Committee, as Councillor Taylor rightly said, is in place for the term of the council. So that will remain the same.
We do have 1 vacancy.
There's a vacancy on it. Does anybody want to join personnel?
Adam.
Can we have 2?
You can only.
Only 1.
Only have 1. Fight between yourselves.
So you can take a vote on who you want. If there's 2 people on stand.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
So, Councillor D'Souza.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Item 12E, General Purposes and Finance Committee.
Yeah, 2 vacancies.
2 vacancies again. Councillor Bertram.
He's already on it.
Well, we got one that was doing the whole lot then.
And
We're
Councillor
staying-
Dale,
we're staying
you're
on
always
Councillor
attends anyway.
Councillor Dale always attends anyway,
Yeah, so people who are already on it are Councillor Sam Taylor, Stephen Fraser, Andy Westby, Taylor, Jerry Dalton and Daniel Bircham. So we can have 2 more. You've got a membership of 6.
Yeah, so then Ms. Vera and
yeah. Vera's joining.
Yeah, Vera,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay, so.
Anybody else know? No? Okay, thank you. Planning and Highways Committee, 12F.
Yeah. 3 vacancies.
3 vacancies.
Yeah.
Councillor Burton will join.
You can have up to 8.
Councillor Dalton will join.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Yeah, there's 6 there. Yeah,
Okay, that's fine.
that's decent.
Then the Events Working Group, item 12G.
You've got 1 vacancy on that. Daniel Bircham, Taylor, Stephen Fraser and Vera Dale are on it currently.
I should better join that as chair.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, okay,
Do
thank
you want to
you.
vote that on last then?
Yeah, we could vote that on that. Councillor Taylor's proposed, Councillor Thwaites to second, all those in favour?
Mr. Chairman, can you speak up? It's a waste of time.
Sorry.
Here. I keep speaking up.
Sorry, my microphone's not working properly.
It is, yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Yes.
That's it. Sorry about that, we're now working.
You're not sorry, you've done nothing about it.
Right, item 13. Representatives on outside bodies for the municipal year 2025-26. So for the purpose of the people in the audience, we have a representation of 1 councillor, or at least 1 councillor on various outside bodies. So the first one is the Attleborough Development Partnership.
1 vacancy.
1 vacancy, that's myself already on it. Anybody else want to join that? We need 1 more person to. Councillor Taylor?
can I just ask, am I the substitute for the town councillor at
You're
present?
already on it as the.
Or, no, I'm a substitute.
You're my substitute.
I'm your substitute. Councillor S. Taylor's the current substitute for the town council.
Okay.
Yeah. Can I then nominate Councillor S. Taylor to step up and fill that vacancy, please?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless anyone else wants it.
Anybody else? No? All those in favour, can we have a proposal then? Councillor Taylor proposed, seconded for Councillor Wenham. All those in favour? Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
The Attleborough Healthcare and Wellbeing Trust, that's that care, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Who's on that?
Councillor Dalton.
Councillor Dalton, are you happy to continue with that? Anybody else interested?
Yeah, go on, I'll start with that.
I think, well, do you want to take Jerry's place?
Or can I join him? Do you need 2?
I suppose we could have a
So
start.
Attica,
Yes.
Yeah,
they'd probably be grateful for the extra.
Sure they would.
Yeah,
So should we
I'd
do
like to do that.
okay, so
2
Councillor
full,
Thwaites
yeah,
as well.
okay, yeah. Fine.
Okay. Attleborough Land Charities.
What about community emergency coordinator?
I've got it. Different order.
Yes, well, I've got that on the list here,
Okay.
so we might as well.
So, Attleborough Land Charities,
Yeah.
who's
I'm on that.
Councillor Dale, you happy to carry
Oh,
on?
yes, please.
Right, okay, thank you. Ban and Poultry.
I'm also down that, but there's never been a meeting. Or if there has, I haven't been invited to it as a council representative.
Yeah, and also
might be
Councillor
tonight, yeah.
Ashby is on there as well.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, you're right, they never invite us.
No,
So we don't know when
okay,
they
well, I'll
are.
stay on it,
I
but
can
you know,
write
you
to
might-
them.
never know, you might get
Can
an
we
invite.
write to them?
I will.
Can we write to them?
I have written to them
Have you?
on numerous occasions,
Mm,
so I don't know what is.
something I said.
Next one, Community Emergency Coordinator.
I'm happy to.
That's Councillor D'Souza.
Yeah, you're already on there.
I'm happy to continue.
Deputy Councillor Fraser, is
Okay.
that okay?
You have to carry on? Councillor Fraser?
Okay to carry on with the deputy, for the emergency coordination,
Yep, okay, thank you.
and Councillor Dale.
Yep. Right, moving on, East Tiling Internal Drainage Board, that's me. My
You're
sins.
okay?
Right up your street.
And then the final one, the SNAP Police Liaison Committee.
Which is Taylor and Dom D'Souza.
You have to continue that? John? Yeah. Anybody else interested?
Well, anyone can go. Sorry,
They can.
they can, anyone can attend the SNAP meetings.
But if there's anybody who wants to bring anything up,
Yeah.
then they can
Yeah.
represent them.
But,
Okay.
yeah.
Do you want to just do an anonymous vote?
Yes,
for the rest of those?
So from the ones we've just covered, can we have a proposer, please, to bring one last? Councillor Thwaites, Councillor Dale to second, all those in favour? Yeah, okay, thank you. Right, moving on to item 14, annual review of documents. To review the following documents for acceptance and approval. The annual review of effectiveness of internal controls. Anybody got any comments?
It's tight.
Sorry?
The documents, the financial controls are very tight.
Yeah.
You know, very
Okay.
organised, yes.
Do you want to agree all these?
If we just, let's see, are there extra items? Yeah. Yeah, you can do, yeah, I would
Oh,
say
usual,
on this, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Usually do on this.
Second one, financial risk assessment. Any comments? No? Safeguarding policy. Councillor D'Souza.
Are we likely to change that after the EGM that we just had? Is there any amendments or anything to that from the EGM?
Any issues arising from the EGM?
On the 30th of April.
Can you refresh my memory on that one?
Are we likely to have any amendments that are based on what we discussed?
Is that under the line?
Yes. Both.
It was, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Sorry,
So,
may I?
Sorry, Councillor.
So the question is, in light of the item discussed at the
discussion.
EGM around safeguarding, will we be amending the safeguarding policy at present? Or will we accept as presented?
Yeah.
And then if it requires amendment, it can be done at a later date. But is there any amendments that you're recommending tonight as proper officer?
Yeah, I'm not expecting to make any amendments as such because there was an action regarding it, but the policy itself should be adequate. It's just the actions that we've encountered.
Okay.
But I will, look at it afterwards. Yeah. But
Okay.
have you got any suggestions? Have you got a suggested insert?
No, I was just wondering, was it based on what we discussed? And
Yeah.
that, if there would like to be a review on it.
Yeah.
No?
At the moment, no.
No, okay, I think on that basis, we're happy that the word is robust. Grievance policy and procedure. Any comments on that? No? Complaints policy and procedure. No? Freedom of Information Act 2000 Policy and Procedure. Communication and Media Policy.
Have we missed grant?
We've missed
policy,
grants,
disciplinary?
grant award policy.
Very, very bottom of that first page, second page even.
If we still want.
It's on top of my head.
Oh, yeah. So, you will be.
It's not printed on there. Okay, apologies for that. Yeah. Okay. The grants policy, any comments? No. Communication and media policy. Capability policy. Any takers? Fire and safety policy. Health and safety policy, data protection policy. Document retention and disposal. This will be happy. Document, co-option policy. Shop frontage policy. Second, vexatious policy, advertising banners, smoke-free policy, lost and found children policy, and bomb threats policy. Heaven forbid. Can we have a proposer then
Propose
for
that we accept those.
that we accept
As
them
they
as
stand,
they stand?
yes.
Yes. Councillor Dale and Councillor Burton second. All those in favour, please.
Yeah.
Carries unanimously. Right, moving on to item 15, review of the Attleborough Town Football Club bar trial period. Consideration and resolution. Any updates on that?
It's just really, I think the people who've been most involved, Councillor Fraser and Councillor Taylor and myself, really, on checking procedures, etc. So I don't know if you've got any comments.
Yeah, I was going to make a comment actually. Oh, this one isn't working, so that's pointless. And that was just going to be the observation that actually, thank you, despite getting off to a bit of a rocky start, they seem to have been doing extremely well. The only thing that I am mindful of is that to date, lots of the bookings that have been had are accommodating their own hires. There's not been a huge amount of outside bars through town council bookings that have been required to really ultimately put it to the test. So I'm not feeling precious about this either way, but I would say that either we say, you know, you've got off to a really good start and we'll, you know, do it indefinitely on a rolling contract, or, you know, say we'll review it in 6 months and hopefully by then we'll have introduced more town council bookings. But I think actually if we could go year to year or something would actually be quite adequate and would give them a sense that actually, you know, we are appreciating that they're doing a very good job so far, and that the hygiene standards have been quite good, and that the club are now making a healthy profit from the return from the bar sales.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else got any comments on that? Councillor D'Souza?
Yeah, I'll second that. I went to the Chairman's Cup on Saturday and had a quick look around, and it was all up to board and everything, really good. So yeah, I second that.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else got any comments?
So what we were going to vote on?
I think an annual rolling contract.
We'll do it on 6 month or 12 month contract?
I think 12, with confidence.
12, okay.
Sharon, have you met with anyone from the club to see how they're doing and if they're happy at this?
Yes.
Because it's like they've been in, they're all happy, we're all happy.
Apparently so, yeah.
Good. Okay, all those in, you propose 12 months?
12 months.
12 months.
12 months.
Councillor Dale,
Rolling, 12 months rolling.
Councillor Dale seconding that?
Yeah.
All those in favour? Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Right, item 16, to consider a change to the format of the council's standing orders. This is the meeting we had.
Yeah. It's just the SORT on
Friday night, yeah.
So this is a recommendation from SORT.
Yeah, so this is a recommendation from the Standing Orders Review Committee. It's just a procedural change in the layout of the standing orders. There's no fundamental change to that, so.
There was only one thing raised that stood out, and that was to make sure that it actually words the two public.
Oh, of course, yes,
Yeah.
two public participations, one at the start,
Worded so that it
one at the
covers
end of the
that.
meeting,
I can add that in.
which will be added back in, yeah. Councillor Taylor,
Yeah, fine.
sorry.
Well, just because someone else can't hear me. Yeah, it was just to say that I do wholeheartedly support the recommendation that's come from the committee. But I did just want to give thanks because I know that a lot of work in drafting them, because the current ones that we have, the meeting protocol and the standing orders, there was a lot of help from the community in drafting those, particularly by Tony Bradstreet, who had 30 years experience clerking at Westport Parish Council. And they were an extremely well written document, but I know from discussion with Sharon that she finds the more typical format a lot easier to work to, and I think that to support her and, you know, make her role easier, I would support the move back, but not without appreciating the work that went into getting us the documents that we currently had.
Okay, thank you. So can we have a proposal to ratify those then, please? Councillor Dalton, second to Councillor Ashby. All those in favour? Carried, thank you. Item 17, to review the council's financial regulations.
Same thing, but, you know, Standing Orders Committee recommended.
Yeah. Okay, so.
For those to be accepted.
Can we, Councillor Dale, you have to propose?
Yeah.
Councillor Taylor, second. Okay, all those in favour?
Yeah, unanimous.
Thank you. Item 18, to consider a request from AtCare for the registered address to be transferred from the GP surgery to the town council address. There's a reason behind that.
I think it just, I think the GP surgery objected to being the registered address, so they're asking if they could be registered here at the town council.
Okay. Anybody got any objections to that? Don't see any issue with that at all. No? Okay. I'll propose. Councillor Ashby, second. All those in favour? Thanks, carried.
Thank you.
Right. Item 19, to report on the progress of the community cafe. Councillor Taylor,
I'm happy to.
just fix the microphone.
Thank you. Yes, so just going from strength to strength, we had a wonderful celebration for the Year Day in the town hall. That's extremely well attended. I think we had about 7 people here, and the feedback was fantastic. There has been some questions about the community cafe and how it's financed, and just to reiterate that it is not financially supported by the town council. The town council do provide a venue for the CAF to operate, but it is the sponsorship and the donations that keep the CAF running, which are clearly and transparently audited with the town council accounts. So we are lucky to have sponsorship all the way through till September now, and I hope that it will continue to be well supported on the basis that it has been so far.
Okay, thank you.
I just thank Anne for doing all her hard work doing the accounts. From day one, she's handled all of the money, finances, the bookkeeping, and I know she spent some extra time with the auditor setting up how best to do that and monitor it and put it through the town council accounts. And the reasoning behind the town council handling the money for those that have questions is because it is a joint venture between the town council and the Breckland council members, and the town council were gracious enough to say that they would do that.
Okay, thank you for that. Item 20, public participation, second issue.
You can't speak again.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Just a very quick question.
And going back to the meeting on safeguarding that you had, at that point, were any of you councillors aware that that gentleman broke my window? Can I answer honestly?
I don't know because I wasn't there.
No. Can anybody answer?
I'd only read.
I hate to incriminate yourselves by answering that, because you will be breaking the law. How many of you know? You know? How many codes of conduct did you break that night? You don't know that either. We're off. They don't know anything about their own council. I don't know this shout shit.
Correct. Well,
We also need, yes, please.
3 issues, very brief. Firstly, before your next meeting, can you please get somebody to review the IT issues that you have in this room?
Okay.
Because it is not adequate for people that are outside who can't hear you. And even though we've requested that you speak up, you've not spoken up. That's the first thing.
Okay.
Second thing, Bannon Poultry. You say you haven't met with them in a year.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we've got that hot time gear again. People have got their windows open and they're starting to complain on social media again about the smell from Bannon Poultry. Would you please arrange a meeting with Bannon Poultry and find out what's going on? Would that be okay?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Councillor Ashby has actually been in contact with them, but it's difficult when somebody ignores you. You can't go banging on their door. But yes, we can keep badgering the clerk and ask for a meeting. We can keep badgering, but if somebody won't let you in, it's really hard, you know. But we do desperately try. We do try.
The original circumstance of all this is that their factory burnt down, and that was a temporary measure.
Yeah, I know.
Decades later, is it still a temporary measure, or have they now decided that they're going to take root there and say to the town? Sorry. Thirdly, there's been more work on the church wall recently. Is that related to the accident that happened years ago?
No, it isn't.
No, it isn't.
No.
So this work is new work that
It was
has to be
deterioration because the corner of the wall was pushed out by a tree.
done. Perfect. Okay.
Absolutely
that's
nothing
it.
to do with the car.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
I did say that to that gentleman.
Anybody else got any comments, please? No? Okay, thank you. Item 21, items for the next agenda. Anybody got anything they want to discuss?
What was that one that was going to put on? What was that one we put on to June meeting?
Yeah.
Most updates.
Oh, an update.
Yeah, insurance.
Yeah,
Insurance.
That's right, the insurance schedule, that's going to be added on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, anybody else? Anything to? No? Okay. Thank you.